Good day, ma'am. I am Mark Leonard Moreno de Makiling from BTLID IA student. Our topic for today is all about portfolio. What is portfolio? Student portfolio take many forms, as discussed below, so it's not easy to describe them. A portfolio is not the file of student work that accumulates over a semester or a year. Rather, a portfolio contains purposefully selected subject of student work. The portfolio would likely contain samples that best exemplify the student's current ability to apply relevant knowledge and skills. All decisions about a portfolio assignment begin with the type of story or purpose for the portfolio. Is portfolio authentic assessment? Student portfolios have most commonly been associated with collections of artwork and to a lesser extent and collections of writings. Students in these disciplines are performing authentic tasks which capture meaningful application of knowledge and skills. Educators are expanding this storytelling to other disciplines such as physical education, mathematics, and the social science to capture the variety of demonstration of meaningful application from students within these disciplines. Portfolio provide excellent vehicles for consideration of process and the development of related skills. Why use portfolios? Portfolios assessment enables students to reflect their real performance, to show their weak and strong domain, and to observe student progress during the learning process, and encourage students to take responsibilities for their own learning. Purpose: why might you use a portfolios? Typically, portfolios are created for one of the following three purposes. First is to show growth, second is to showcase current ability, and third is to evaluate cumulative achievement. A portfolio assessment provides an opportunity for a student to reflect on their learning, to self-assess, and to formulate a deeper understanding of the concept they are learning beyond a simple surface explanation.
Can I do portfolios without all the views? Yes, portfolios do typically require considerable work. These thoughts has either encouraged you or not discouraged you from considering assigning portfolios in your little world. The following describes just one possible way to get started. Here's a quick, easy way to get started. Step 1. Have the students select two pieces of their works over the course of a quarter. Decide upon one or more criteria by which the selection will be guided. Don't wait for the end of the quarter for students to make those selections, otherwise all their work will be have to collected along the way. You can keep it simple. Tell your student ahead of time that they will be selecting two or more pieces matching certain criteria and that you will ask them to do the sample. Each sample is completed. Step 2. At the time a student selects a sample to be included in his portfolio, require the student to complete a brief reflection sheet and attach it to the sample. Step 3. Depending on the age of your student, ask your student to save that sample and attach reflection sheet until the end of the quarter or semester, or collect it and store it yourself at the point. Step 4. At the end of the quarter or semester, ask your student to reflect upon the sample one additional time by describing what they like best about their work, by identifying strengths and weaknesses, by setting one or two goals.
How do you create a portfolio assignment? I think of most tasks as problems to be solved or questions to be answered. So, I find it useful to approach how to do something by thinking of it as a series of questions to be answered. Thus, I will attempt to offer a possible answer to the question above by answering a series of questions that need to be addressed when considering the design of a portfolio assignment. Those questions are: first, purpose. What is purpose of a portfolio? Second, audience. For what audience will the portfolio be created? Third, content. What samples of student work will be included? Fourth, process. What process selection of work to be included, reflection on work, conferencing will be engaged in during the development of the portfolio. 5. Management. How will time and materials be managed in the development of portfolio? 6. Communication. How and when will be portfolio be shared with pertinent audience? 7. Evaluation. If the portfolio is to be used for evaluation, when and how should it be evaluated?
So, portfolios typically are created for one of the following three purposes. First is the growth, to showcase current abilities, and to evaluate cumulative achievement. So, the first purpose is growth portfolios. This is to show growth or change over time, to help develop processes skills, to identify strengths, weaknesses, to track development of one or more products or performance. So some possible inclusions are early and later pieces of work, early and later test or scores, rough drafts and final drafts, reflections on growth, goal setting sheets, reflection on progress toward goals, samples which reflect growth of process skills, self-reflection sheets accompanying samples of work, reflection sheets from teacher or peer, identification of strengths and weaknesses, goal setting sheets, reflection on progress towards goals, and many others. So the second purpose of portfolios is showcase portfolios. So this is to show end of year semester accomplishments, sample or some possible inclusions are samples of best work, samples of early and later work to document progress, final test or scores, discussion of growth over semester or year, awards or other recognition, teacher or peer comments. So the last purpose of portfolios is evaluation portfolios. So this is to document achievement or grading, to document progress towards standards, to place students appropriately. So some possible inclusions are samples of representative work in each subject, unit, topic to be graded, samples of work documenting level of achievement of course or grade level goals or standards or objectives, test or scores, rubrics or criteria used for evaluation of work, self-reflection on how will samples indicate attainment of course or grade level goals, standards or objectives, teachers reflections of attainment of goals or standards, identification of strengths and weaknesses.
Making of portfolios, it differs from design, the content, and the process which the students or teachers will make their own styles of making the portfolio. So we have the content on how might the selection takes place. So when a sample of work is completed and at periodic intervals and the end of the unit or quarter, so it means it is the time when we will make the portfolio. So either the sample of work is completed at the periodic intervals or at the end of the semester or the quarter. So the next is by whom we are making portfolios. So first is by the student. Of course, our learners must the one who the consumer of portfolio, and by the teachers, and by the student and the teachers, by peers, and by parents. So the portfolios made by anyone from the mentioned above. So either the teachers, parents, or the students, or the students and the teachers, or many more. So what will be the criteria on making the portfolios? So we have number one is the best work. Of course, the portfolios we are going to put or include only of what we are going what are the best we have and what are the performance which is the best of the best. Evidence of growth, of course, in the students. Example, in the students there are the skills improvement, the performance development, and so on. So evidence of achievements, which is the honoring and top notchers and others. Evidence of standards meet. So it is focused on the successful students on how they meet their certain standards. So next is the favorite most important piece, then one or more of the above. So of course, in making of the portfolios, it should be included the reflection of the student. It is important to include the reflection to know that the student is being developed their performance, their skills on the certain or specific task. So reflection considered is the mirror of development of the student. So in the portfolios there are many selection question or reflection sheets. So we have the selection questions, growth questions, goal setting questions, evaluation questions, effort questions, overall portfolio questions. So we have the other reflection methods. So we have the instruction and modeling of the skills, practice of the skills, feedback on one's practice, reflection of the practice, and feedback. So the portfolio is important to highlight the performance on each or between these teachers and the students. It considered as one of the most important tools that included in learners learning process and the development of the knowledge and attitude and skills of everybody.